Hey, welcome back again. My name is Joel Pegrave and welcome back to another episode of Review My Life. We're going to review my first year of being a stay-at-home dad. Alright guys, so after editing the video I realized it was way too long, so I'm actually going to break this up in two different parts. Part one, just talking about when I found out about being that I was going to be a dad and the pregnancy and delivery and all that, and then the second part is when I actually transitioned to being a full-time stay-at-home dad. So I'm going to release them both at the same time so you don't have to wait like a week because I know I'm kind of behind, but yeah, just split them in two parts, so make sure you watch both of them. Thank you. So in this video, we're gonna first go over my first reactions to finding out that I was gonna be a father, some of the emotions and things that happened during the pregnancy, and when I actually became the dedicated stay-at-home parent, some of the struggles and tactics I used to kind of make sure my child, survived and is thriving both emotionally, physically, spiritually throughout my time. So let's get into it. So if I'm going to be honest, when I first found out that I was going to be a father, the first emotion that came to me was fear. I was like just terribly afraid, like of just being a bad father or just not being ready. I was just like, oh shoot, I could barely manage myself. I have to manage a whole nother human being. I'll actually, I was thinking whether I should do this or not, but here's a quick, actually my wife caught it on video when she first told me. Take a look.
You ready? Just to my hubby.
Oh.
Yeah.
Are you recording?
It's your Christmas gift.
You're recording. You know this thing is accurate. Baby, this is what you were up to. But I was working on my thing, baby. I kind of knew it.
What?
You're bringing.
How?
I felt my son talking to me.
Your son talking to you? How?
What do you mean?
Yeah, your son talking to you.
It's a father-son thing.
This is a gift.
Okay. This is a prank.
What?
You can't take it yet. You have to wait till 2 weeks.
Go ahead. This is the most accurate pregnancy test ever.
Why are you recording?
Are you nervous now?
No, I kind of made you feel it.
How?
I told you I felt it. Me, man, we have intuitions on these things. So I'm the type of person that, and I guess it's typical among men, that our emotions are not as expressive. So a lot of people didn't really know what I was thinking, but yeah, I think my paranoia just took over. And I was just worried about our financials, our housing situation, about the health of the child, my wife, pregnancy, are there going to be complications? Like my brain was running like 1,000 miles per hour. During the pregnancy, actually, that's actually when I started my first, started the groundworks for my first business and the planning and stuff for FDR Tax, my tax business that I do. And because I said, okay, if we have another child, we really need to, probably get some more income because, children are expensive. Even though fear was the first thing that came to mind, it also at the same time got me to be a little bit more, I guess, studious and more focused. My mindset changed and I became more, I guess, a little bit more goal orientated than I was before. During the pregnancy was actually really stressful. Not stressful in that there was a lot of complications with the pregnancy. It was just that, I don't know, I guess I would say unprepared.
No. No. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready.
I know a lot of times when people talk about having their first child, it's all about, oh, I'm so happy and full of joy. And for some people that may be the case, but I don't know, I feel like a lot of people kind of hide, like you're expected to be happy when you know you have a child. But I think there's a benefit to being true about how you really feel, because then you can make adjustments and seek the next necessary help. I think we were both a little unprepared, and there was a lot of expectations, both on her part and on my part, and I guess there was the expectation of me to kind of step up that I kind of like fell short on. And also we were both working like full time in kind of like jobs that were kind of like burning us out, so to speak. But both of us was working in like a customer service capacity. So if you worked in customer service, you know how like when you go to your job, like it could like just drain you from the demands of not meeting your customers' expectations. And I guess we both brought that home, and then we're expecting to get some reprieve from each other, and that didn't necessarily happen. So not the most glorious, I guess, pregnancy story, but you know, at Review My Life, we like to keep it real and be honest and open about, you know, how it went. So my daughter was born August 31st in 2020, in the middle of the pandemic. So one of the things that we couldn't do is that it was only me and her in the room. We couldn't, or during the delivery, so we couldn't invite anybody else during delivery, which was kind of a blessing, kind of in disguise, because it made it a little bit more intimate and a more private. When my daughter came out, my beautiful baby girl, oh my gosh, she had the cutest, the biggest lips like you could ever see, and so that was cute, and like just full of hair. So I was, you know, when the child actually came, it was actually kind of exciting. And then we were in the hospital for like a day or two, and then they sent us home. When we went home, we had my mother-in-law and my sister-in-law were there, which was a tremendous help. So I was really thankful for that. So fast forward, I was off for like, I think 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks, 3 or 4 weeks. Then I had to go back to work, which was terrible. One thing they don't tell you, a lot of people don't tell you about pregnancy, is how much sleep you lose. When my mother and sister-in-law were there, it was not that bad because like pretty much it was like very minimal sleep through the night, but like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, we could just hand it off to one of them and try to catch up on their sleep. But you know, they had to go back to work and their jobs and stuff like that. Then I had to go back to work, and that's when, for those of you who don't know me, let me just say this. I am the type of person that needs to sleep. Like, when I don't sleep, I'm like grouchy, I will eat someone alive when I'm not tired. And so that was one of the first big challenges, is to managing, learning how to get by with minimal sleep, especially when you're going back to work. And my job started earlier than most jobs. Most jobs start between like 8 to 9 o'clock. My job, I had to be there around like 7:30 or something like that. And keep in mind, we already addressed this as a customer service job, and it was kind of stressful. So going back to work with very little sleep was very difficult. So fast forward August to December, we somehow find a way to scrape the funds to book a ticket to go to Honduras, because Wendeley was feeling kind of like lonely, like during the days with just her and the baby. And when I came home, I was kind of like tired and wasn't able to, I tried to buy as much support as I could, but you know, there's 24 hours in a day when you're gone most of the days, and then when you're gone for most of the day working, and then you come home, there's only a couple hours, and then you have to sleep to go back to work the next day. There's only so much I was able to offer her. So she was feeling kind of homesick, so we kind of like made the sacrifice to book a ticket to Honduras, where she is from. And also the baby could get to see her other cousins and aunties and uncles. And so yeah, we went to Honduras and was able to visit her family, which was really good, really great. And when we came back, and we came back like really broke, and that's when it started to click that, hey, we need to do something differently. Like this like my salary alone is really not enough, and it's a little bit too early. I think it was too early for we didn't really want to put her to daycare like that early, for us to both go back to work. And that's actually when we decided to get into travel nursing, which we'll probably discuss a little later in another video. So please stay tuned. Make sure to like and subscribe for that. Thank you again for staying tuned to Review My Life. See you guys on the next one.